Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about patching holes in wood and a few products that people are using and some myths and mysteries about them. Some guys say, I always use Bondo, and you look on the label, Bondo, and it says it is for patching metal. Does it say anything about wood on there? No, it does not say anything about wood. Honestly, I've used everything here for patching wood, and the only thing that works well would be this compound, but that's only for like cracks and stuff like that. The only thing that lasts is maybe that. The rest of the stuff does not last. Okay, but we're going to talk about which ones last better, which ones don't last as long, and what ones are better to use for a temporary patch, and then what a good way to make a permanent patch in wood. Okay, so if you have holes, which I deal with holes, this is a bucket truck. I do sign repair, so I do a lot of holes. You can imagine how many holes are in a wall that has a sign on a wood wall. Okay, there's probably sometimes 300 holes that I have to patch, and the right way to do it, it would be impossible for me to do and make money, which is to use a Dutchman. Okay, what a Dutchman is basically you take a piece of wood and you shape the hole of the wood for another piece of wood, and you cut. The best way to do it I've found is to take the wood patch and taper it like this on all four sides, cut it the other one into a square or rectangle, and then hammer the patch into the hole. Okay, that's what I found to be the best way for long-term lasting patches. If somebody's willing to pay for that, I would be doing that on everything, but the stuff I'm doing, it doesn't. They're going to replace the sign. 10 more years, they're going to replace the sign. 10 more years, they're going to replace the sign. Then they're going to replace the facade. So, it's like, what are you doing? I mean, it's a temporary thing. It's a constant maintenance item. So what I'm going to do is the right thing for what I'm doing, but maybe not as good as doing it the 100% right way, which is a Dutchman. Okay, so for wood, there's a lot of guys tell me that you should use Bondo. Okay, this fails on wood. It does not stick to wood. So when you put Bondo in the hole all the way around your patch, okay, is going to fail. It does not stick to wood. No good. Doesn't last. I don't care what anybody you guys tell me. I look at my stuff 5, 6, 7 years later, and I know what fails. This shit fails. It does not work on wood. So get that out of your mind. It doesn't work. Okay. Vinyl spackling paste. This is the best vinyl spackling paste there is. There is not a better one out there. It is expensive, but it works really well. Okay. Does it work on wood? Does it work on exterior? No. Nothing works on exterior that lasts. So if you're using this stuff to patch any kind of spackling paste, I don't care. It could be the Cinco stuff. It could be the stuff that's says it's for exterior. It will not last. It absorbs water. It will not last. It doesn't work. Okay? Does not work. Okay. The best way for, like, if you have heavy cracks in your wood, if you have small, if the cracks are this wide or better, the best way is to prime first. A lot of guys, I've seen guys go and put this stuff on over raw wood. Absolutely no. No, 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 no. You can't do that. It has to be on primed or painted surface. Read the label. It says it right on the can. I mean, it's so funny when you watch guys doing this. This stuff will last. Okay, this is Vista Paint's brand, but there's tons of them out there. There's, I think they have one called Patch 101 by one of the companies. It's probably the same damn thing. They just relabel the can. Patch 101. I'm trying to get who that's by. DAP. I think DAP makes it. This stuff works. Also, a caulking gun and a broad knife. So if you want it to last, You have a cracked up old fascia board, a bunch of knots in it, you want to make it look good. Prime it first. Fill everything you can with primer. Use a good solid primer. The best one on the market right now is Vivista Paint. They have one called urethane primer, and they have one also called Prime Zol. It's better than anything I've ever used. Better than any Zinsser product. Zinsser has some good ones too, but not quite as good as that one. So this works really well if you're patching fascia board, if you're patching cracked up fascia board, trying to make it last a little longer, don't want to replace it. Good way to do that. Now, for holes in the wall, if there's a round hole, signs have round holes, okay? This stuff right here works the best. Now, it does have issues. I'm not going to say it's not a permanent, there's nothing that other than the Dutchman that's a permanent patch. Okay, this will actually bond to the wood. So, for instance, you get a round hole, okay? And you fill the hole with Durham's. Around the hole will bond to the wood, okay? At least for now, even for maybe 4 or 5 years. It's usually about a 5 to 10 year patch. But now here's the issues. A lot of guys are going, no, that doesn't work. I've used it before. It doesn't work. Oh, okay. It does, but you have to do it the right way. Read the label. All it says right on here, okay? This is where guys go wrong. They don't read shit. I mean, read. Duh. That's what they taught you in school. Read. Okay? Make sure the patch is completely dry before you paint it. Guys do, and make sure that it is not in an area that absorbs moisture. In other words, if you're patching the bottom, if you're patching a patio cover pole and you're patching the bottom of it to stop termites, come on, think about that for a second, guys. That's just being stupid. Water is going to get underneath it. It's going to come off. Patch is going to come off. If you're patching a round hole in a wall, this stuff works the best. It really does. It'll adhere to the circle around the patch. It'll last for about between 5 and 10 years. I've checked every one of my locations. The only failure I've seen happen is when the paint does not stick to it because you painted it too early. And also, you should use primer on all your patches. So you got to let this stuff dry. It takes a while for this stuff to dry. So make sure it's really dry. And then when it's 100% dry, when you can feel it, there's no moisture in there at all, then you can prime it and paint it, and it will last. All right, that's it for patching holes in wood.